In the world of BMWs, there's a constant debate, motor versus motor, M versus non-M. So behind us, we have a B58 Supra and an S58 G80 M3 with similar mods. I'm gonna take you guys through each mod on each vehicle and why they're similar but yet different. And then we're gonna run them on the dyno and see what each makes with the same tuner, which is Jordan tuned and Kerry Jordan. So let me walk you through the G80 first. As you guys can see from the top of the motor, this has the CSF level up manifold, has a port injection system installed. It's got pure stage 2 plus intakes with a Project Gamma front mount intake system, which is the carbon fiber version. It has a Boost Logic catback system. With the port injection, we have the Deechworks 950cc injectors. We have the Dorch Flux fuel kit, also paired with the PFS low pressure pump. It also has the CSF heat exchanger. So this is pretty much a standard full bolt-on setup for the S58 to be able to make the maximum power with a stock motor. So now let's move on to the Supra and I'll walk through those mods. As you guys can see, this has a CSF manifold with port injection. We're running the 1050 IDS injectors, which is a little bit larger than the ones on the S58. The Visconti flex fuel setup. It also has the Visconti low pressure setup, the Titan Motorsports titanium exhaust, an intake setup from Apex built. And this also is running a meth injection kit, which we're not running on the M3. One thing to note is this has dual high pressure fuel pumps while the B58 has a single. From a motor construction perspective, the B58 is running a single turbo, which is the pure 800 on this car. This is running the pure stage 2, which is a twin turbo setup on the S58. So the other difference that we'll point out is because the G80 behind me is X-Drive, this is an auto trans. So we also have the XHP transmission tune stage 2 on this car with upgraded torque limit, while the Supra is a manual transmission. Line item for line item, these two cars are pretty much set up exactly the same. They're gonna be running flex fuel tunes. Kerry from Jordan Tune is gonna tune both of them today on the dyno back to back. The comparison can be made that the S58 is an upgrade from the B58, but a lot of people don't agree with that. That's why we're making this video today, and that's why we're gonna run them back to back. We're gonna get the Supra on the dyno first. Let's get that going and let's see what these cars make. Okay, so the car's fresh off the dyno. We made 674 horsepower and 648 foot-pounds of torque, but that's right at the limit of the clutch. So this car has a stock clutch in it. It's a manual transmission Supra. That's actually a little bit more torque than we wanted to do. We're thinking the clutch is gonna last 1 to 2 weeks with what Foster wanted and wanted to make power-wise. If we were to upgrade the clutch, the car's gonna max out at about 750 horsepower and 750 foot-pounds of torque. That's about the transmission and bottom end limit for the B58. Now we're gonna move over to the G80, show you guys what that's gonna do. It's definitely gonna make more power because it has a higher limit, but let's see what it makes with the auto trans and everything on the dyno with all-wheel drive. give a good recap, with the manual Supra, we hit 674 horsepower and 648 foot-pounds. With the all-wheel drive automatic G80, we hit 805 horsepower and 710 foot-pounds of torque. We want to have a reliable car to not pop the motor and be reliable every time when you get on it. So this is kind of the first big video that we've made at the new shop, where we partnered up with Jordan Tune and Kerry Jordan. And him and I really are on the same page with how to tune a car and how to build a car so it has everyday horsepower and everyday drivability. We're not trying to do everything to the limit and max power, but we want it to be a drivable car and be reliable. So that sums up the video. That shows you guys the difference between the B58 and the S58 platform. Make sure you guys comment and ask any questions that you have, and let me see what you guys want to see next with the video. We'll see you guys next time.